And welcome back. This is Kelly from Pataka Kelly and Play Learn Talk, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to make this image draggable. So in the last tutorial we learned how to import it into our Boom workstation using the image widget on the left hand side, and now we're simply going to click on the image, make sure that it has that blue square highlighted around it, and then we're going to come over to the right hand side where it says drag drop options and click on draggable. Okay, so you need to make sure that you have this little blue hand or this blue circle with a hand inside of it so that your image is truly marked as draggable. All right, that's it. Okay, so you can test it out in preview mode, make sure that it works. All right, sometimes when you're making multiple draggable items, you may forget to make one draggable, so it's always good to preview it. So the remainder of this video, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate, I think 15, 16 different ways you can use draggable items, okay? We're going to go through them pretty quickly, but I want to give you some inspiration because this is truly going to make your decks so much more fun, okay? You need to find ways to use draggable items. It's not hard, and it's really going to be fun for students. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump into the previews. Now, as I go, if you see something and you're like, I really want to know how to do that, leave a comment below and just describe the one that I'm talking about, and I'll be very happy to make a tutorial for you. Okay, so here's the first one. So we have draggable words. Now these words are kind of embedded in the picture. For this particular deck, I have the option to type in the boxes if a student wants to be typing the sentence, or we have some words that are hidden in, okay, that can be dragged down. That's just an option. All right, let's move on. Here's the next one. We have open-ended board games. Now this actual deck is part of a series. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but it is a full series on how you can create a game board game. Okay, so it's all done with free clip art. So in this game board series, we have draggable pieces that are going to be collected as students go through the path, and we also have our game markers or game pieces. Okay, that's another way you can use it. Here we have 3 in a row. This is a free game you can find on my Boom Card store if you want, and you can learn how to pull out these pieces and use them as markers, okay? So same kind of concept. Now, something you might want to learn in this game is I have all of these images stacked on top of each other, okay? And so I do have some time-saving tips on how to do that quickly. If you're interested, let me know. All right, this next one, this is 4 in a row or connect 4. Once again, I have a ton of these markers. There's like, I don't know, 20 of them stacked on top of each other. So if you want to know how to do that easily, once again, just leave a comment below. All right, here we have a sports themed reinforcer. So we can click on any of the images, and the idea is that we have one draggable item. There is no drop zone in this, but we have a draggable item that can be put in any of these areas. Okay, this is simply marking accuracy for any task or drill-based activity. Here we have a reinforcer for participation. So once again, 4 different types of things. And in this activity, the student's going to say the word or say all 3 words, and then they get to drag the decoration down onto the toes. Okay, this is called Pretty Pedicure. Here we have another reinforcer. This is articulation trials. It's a little bit different of a variation, okay? So on the other one, on this sports one, we had 1 item that we're dragging to these 3 different areas. And on this one, we have all of our, I think there's, let's see, 20, we have 5 by 4, 20. So every time you say your word, you reinforce it, you'd move it over. So that's another thing you can do too. Here we have a drop zone. All right. This one's a token board. This is also another freebie in my store. You can designate 3, 5, or 10. Let's go ahead and reinforce 3. And you simply would drag the star down, okay, and reinforce participation. So you can use your draggable items that way as well. In this particular deck, we're going to use the draggable item as a highlighter, okay? So this is actually not an image I've purchased or anything like that. It is a text box that I have assigned a color to and then made it transparent. So now I can highlight any part of the word that I want or anything on the page, okay? I could even put it over word level. I also have a draggable star, so I'm using it to visually mark that something has been completed in the activity. In this game, we're going to use draggable items to cover up different pieces on the pizza. So here's another articulation game. If we say the word peach, I might put a carrier sentence and say, you know, please put the whatever it is on the whatever it is, right? So this is how I'd use it. Please put the blank on the blank. So let's say I have a student who wants a pepperoni. I'm going to have them say, please put the pepperoni on the peach, okay? So you can use it as something to cover up something else. You can also use it as a visual, so I can use it to mark the words in the sentence. This next one, this is another thing where the draggable item is really essential to the game. This is a Vocalic R activity, so we want the students to move from the E shape to the tongue position. Okay, so we have the word ear, and we're going to have the car actually help our students visualize the connection between these sounds. Now in this activity, we have a dress up activity. If you want to learn how to do this, all the items are draggable, but there is a certain way to layer everything to make it actually look good on the boys. So we want to make sure that when we have the shirt on, that the pants are going to fall back to the bottom layer like that. So if you're interested in learning how to layer, let me know in the comments below. On this one, we're going to learn how to make something disappear. So I know all of you want to know how to do this. This is like a super fun technique and probably the main reason why everyone wants to know how to make draggable items. Okay, so we have a pencil. We're going to drop it into the backpack pocket and it disappears. Okay, so I do have tutorials on this already, but I am happy to make more if you'd like a more specific explanation. All right. Here we have another draggable item activity. This one has a little spin on it. So here, not only are we dropping something in and making it disappear, but we're making it transform into something else, okay? This item actually has a sound designated to it as well. So when I drop it in, it has a magical sound. I move this draggable item over. So there's two draggable items, okay? And then it's transformed into something else. It's one of my favorite decks. Here is another variation of that, Help Cow Get Dressed. So this game works on vocabulary, and we have all these items that actually have sounds attached to them, and you're going to drop them into the dressing room. Okay, so the student would drop all of them in, and then you get to slide the draggable door, right, draggable door over, and then reveal what cow has decided to wear. Okay. That's fun. And then my very, very favorite probably is my magical magnifying glass, okay? It can also be called a magical mirror or a magical flashlight, all these different things. But you have an image that is actually a full background image, okay? It's taking up your whole page, and you're going to drag it all over. It has a transparent circle in the center, and it reveals another layer. So I hope this has inspired you to really start creating with draggable items. Once again, just leave a comment below or reach out to me on Pataka Kelly on Instagram and tell me what kind of draggable item you would like to learn how to make.